Hey there, I am Mary and I'm the blogger that blogs at KindEdge.com. Kind implies that if you're going through a big process of personal growth and change, that you do it in a sustainable way so that every day it's kind and something you want to return to each day. And the edge is the concept that if you're going to achieve big change in your life, you've got to push past your uncomfortable edge. There is always something that you think is too outrageous or too far beyond normal protocol that you will not do. And if you can push past that edge, you can start to see big change in your life and start unlocking the alternate ending to your life so that you use the remaining minutes you have left here on earth in a way that is directed towards a purpose that matters to you. I am reaching out today. I've never blogged on video this way, but I am reaching out today because I have many friends in St. Petersburg, Florida, where we are all preparing for a second hurricane that is coming. My house got flooded. I've lost all of my interior items, and it is now anticipated that I may lose my entire house. The first flood was like a 7-foot flood. The second is anticipated to be 15 feet. That will pretty much take me out. So I'm pretty shaken today, and everybody I know is fleeing because it's third world in terms of trying to get hotels. You have to make hours and hours of booking efforts to get one hotel and then figure out if that's in a safe area. And so we are all struggling. We've all been stressed. We've been doing manual work. I have no fingernails left because the initial efforts to get cleared from the flood consume everything from you. And to have a second hurricane coming, also with a flood, is what most would consider a nightmare. I will probably not have a home after this. And I've been on the road since the 25th of September, and it is now, I think, the 7th of October. I barely know what day it is. I've just been keeping me and my dog alive. And I'm thankful that my sons are old enough to be off in their own lives, so they are safe. What I wanted to share is a self-compassion exercise that is a daily self-compassion exercise, but it is so useful and applicable in a time like this because as we hear the news of the storm coming, there is literally nothing but it is like a shark attacking slowly. It is coming. You know it's going to be bad. You take the wisdom of the news, the advisors, the weather reports, but there is nothing other. We all are experts in Florida on hurricane preparedness. We do everything that we're told to do. But when the big one hits, and Hurricane Milton is going to be the big one, it's really hard because it drives change. And it's ironic. The reason this is connected for me and I want to reach out is that my entire personal passion project, KindEdge.com, is about forcing change. And you can see my hair looks crazy because I literally was up at 4 a.m. clearing the rest of out of my house this morning and then got on the road driving 2 hours away from St. Petersburg. So this was me at 4 a.m. and in muck and goo and whatever. So KindEdge.com is about when you're stuck and you keep imagining something better for your life. You keep imagining something you could be doing and intend to do in the future, but it never comes to be. And KindEdge is about finally pushing past that edge to where you will start pushing forces that are up against you to make your goals matter, to make your life matter, to change the way you use the minutes in your day so that you will start experiencing your new type of life immediately versus having it be pushed off year after year after year as something you'll just do in the future. Future is now. Future is always now. Well, when you have a hurricane ready to take away your house and change your life, it's a different kind of thing because it's change happening to me that I didn't ask for and that none of us are asking for. That's the biggest shock is when I go home, there might not be a house there. When I go home, finances are going to be different. When I go home, I won't be able to use the minutes in my day the same way that I had hoped to. And that is hard. And so I wanted to share my normal daily self-compassion exercise, because I think everyone that I know needs this and might be able to use this as we go through this period of angst, waiting for the storm and then experiencing what the storm delivers afterwards. So 4 steps in the self-compassion exercise. First, put your hands to heart. And the reason I think that this ritual, the physical part of it, is so important is because sometimes your thoughts just hang in your head and you don't really grab them and hold on to them and really identify them and label them. And it's helpful to do that. You don't have to do it verbally, but put your hands to heart and stop, sit, and just breathe. And you might sit here for 1 minute, you might sit here for 10 minutes. But let all of these thoughts and feelings go like, snow globe glitter, and glitter down, fall down. And you get, instead of the busy lists in your head, you get to feel the feeling of this emotion, this fear, this angst, whatever it is you're experiencing. And if you're having a good day, when it's not a hurricane, this might be just recognizing feelings of happy anticipation and just really enjoying that. So you sit for however long you want until you just really feel it. And you try to get your shoulders to drop. You try to get your breathing to slow. And you just really get into that. If you cry, you cry. If you shake, you shake. Totally cool. So hands to heart. And when you're really centered in that, and you've really identified where you are, then you open your hands, and I usually put them on my legs or my knees, but you open your hands, and you sit with your hands open as a reminder that with this experience, with this feeling, with this hardship, that you are open to connection. You are not isolated. You are not different. You are not other. You are not less than. You will remain open to connection. When others are there, you can be open to connection with anyone that you see, all of your communities. You remain open rather than closed off. When we're in danger or upset, we want to close off our chest. We want to close everything down to protect ourselves. But when we're taking a moment of self-compassion, we can remain open and we can receive connection through that openness. And that's a good thing. And it might be a person at the grocery store. It might be a person at the front desk of the hotel that you're checking in when you're evacuating from the hurricane, or the friend who's letting you sleep on their couch, but you just remain open to connection. And then the third step in this self-compassion exercise is hands. You hold your hands together, and this is shared experience. This shared experience is a moment to tell a little story to yourself about how this is part of the experience of life and being alive. This makes you more real, more alive, because this is a shared experience. So these types of weather experiences, and let's just imagine you're having a relationship problem or a school challenge or a career challenge, anything that you're dealing with is a shared experience. So wow, this brings you in connection, this connects you to people on the other side of the world who are experiencing similar traumas, people who lived 100 years ago who experienced similar traumas, people who are not yet even born. There's a little girl or a little boy somewhere not yet born, and they will experience this. And this makes them alive. This makes you alive. And this is a journey that we didn't ask for, but it's definitely something that is a shared experience. We can look at all people and understand, I'm going to say this woo-woo word, oneness. We understand the oneness. It's a little bit woo-woo. And the funny thing is, KindEdge is about taking very distinct 15-minute bite-sized actions to achieve change. But sometimes it's okay to go a little bit woo-woo and say, all right, this is the oneness. This is what connects me to other people. I share this experience with humanity and all of time. Okay, I'm doing this thing that is part of life. Okay, that's step 3. And step 4 is self-soothing. You can give yourself a big old hug. Hey, Donovan, come here. You can also give your teddy bear a hug. You can also give your doggy a hug. Here, come here, buddy. There you go. And he's getting his stuffed animal. He's getting his stuffed animal so he can give him a hug. Here you go. Yes, give me, yeah. Doop, doop. There you go. He's a love. So you can give yourself a hug and just sit for a while and just give yourself self-compassion, a big old hug. You can hug a pillow. You can hug a stuffed animal. You can hug a puppy. And you get yourself kind of collected again, and it's okay to run around busy or be doing reactive things while you're in the state of really recognizing your emotion and really taking care of how you feel on the inside while you're having to take all these actions on the outside. I mentioned before, I have no fingernails left, so I've been taking actions for over a week or 2. I don't even know how much time has passed. So there, he's a happy puppy. And so I just wish for everyone in my town, St. Petersburg, Florida, as well as everyone along the coast and Central Florida, and everyone around the world who might be able to use this type of self-compassion activity for anything you're going through. I wish you the best. I wish you self-healing. I wish you peace. And there's a lot of work out there, but we can all do it. And if we stay connected with others, it's doable, and time will pull us forward. So I just wanted to share those notes. This is not something I normally do for KindEdge.com. I usually just blog, but I felt today that this hurricane was going to kick my butt into extroversion because I'm an introvert, and I don't usually like to do anything like this. I loathe it. And so I just said, you know what? Let's just let the hurricane force a little change. And so I wish you all the best. I wish you safety, and I wish you life, that you stay alive, and the rest of it will clean up and rebuild. So peace.